Hi, and welcome to another AI in C# video on the Microsoft Agent Framework, and more specifically the Azure AI Foundry and its OpenTelemetry trace access. We're not going to see too much code in this, and it's deeply connected to the other videos about OpenTelemetry. So if you haven't seen those, you might want to go and see those. But one of the features up in Azure AI Foundry here is its tracing capability. And if you have a new Foundry and you haven't done anything, it will just pop up here and show you that, yes, I can show you your information about the various traces you have with your LLM calls, but you need to create a new resource, or you need to take an existing application insights, which is what it's using, and connect it into the system. So you could say create, and then it will just make a normal application insight resource in the various regions you set it with the log analytics workspace. Or you can take, I have already one here, which I already have some data in, so we don't need to sit and wait for that during this video. And I've just called it Foundry Insights. And if I go to the portal here, jump in here so we can see it. We can see that I have a Foundry Insights application insight resource, so nothing special there. And it has its logs, of course. But if I connect this, what you would normally see is nothing here. I have already data, but it will be empty and there will be no data here for you to see. So that would be, I have something in the last day, so I can't show you, but I could go back and simulate. It was back here in August. Can I go that far back? Let's see. So we'll see something like this. And then you might say, oh, I want to try this. I just make an agent and I will use my agent in the playground. Say hello. And then see that trace. And again, now we're back. But we will not see that trace for that specific agent here. So the playground is not hooked up to actually put something into tracing. So you need to write code in order to do that. And that's normal OpenTelemetry. So if we look in the sample for telemetry here, the only thing we did was we added our telemetry, and at one point we added an application insight. So if that application insights connection string is the same as here, it will go in, and it will take up to 5 minutes before we can begin and see those traces up here. But what we get is an overview, so we don't need to go in here and build that overview ourselves, because Foundry or Application Insights here doesn't really have any out-of-the-box showing of GenAI telemetry. So this is a place so we can get there, and we don't need to open up resources and stuff for developers. They can just go in and see these. And what we can go in and see is we can see how the agent behaved. We can see the input output. We can see the metadata, where we can go in and see what model was used and all the normal stuff we get from OpenTelemetry. If you want to disconnect this, you need to go to the Management Center, and we need to find connected resources and then delete. But again, it's just a Azure resource that are connected and then have a view. So nothing major is going on here. It's just a way of seeing the same data as you can in the Aspire dashboard or application insights using some KQL. So that was everything for this one. See you in the next one.